Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Invest 2022 in Stuttgart and German, 9th German Resource Night. And we are really happy and proud to have a fantastic gold producer here, Calibre Mining, and Ryan King is here with us. Ryan, good morning, how are you?
Excellent, thanks very much.
You like the fair so far?
It's fantastic, great number of people out at the fair. You can tell everyone's very excited about opportunities they see in front of them.
Yeah, and you met already several shareholders I saw, which is great, which
yeah.
I'm one of also.
Likewise. And I've been buying the shares myself recently.
Yeah, I mean, you had yesterday a 22% jump. What happened? I heard rumors that management is also buying.
Yeah, you're bang on. Myself, our Senior Vice President of Growth, and as well our CEO have been buying shares in the market because the shares over the last couple of weeks have sold off because gold price has come down a bit. But we know that's just an interim medium time correction.
Exactly.
So we took advantage of that opportunity and we're buying shares of our own company in the market.
Fantastic. So did I, of course, and for a reason I did that, because you bought my former client Fiore Gold.
Yes.
And that's how we came together, which is really funny. And I always had strong feelings for Fiore at that time because I think the projects are outstanding and I think you did a great job in buying those companies. But let's start with Nicaragua. You are the largest gold producer in Nicaragua and you guys do a great job. So how was Q1 for you? What happened?
Well, Q1 was actually much better than we actually originally anticipated. We actually guided the market that it would have a higher cost, lower production quarter, and that every quarter throughout the year would get better and better and better because of grade sequencing. Now in Q1, we were actually a little lower than the low end of our all-in sustaining costs for the year. But I remember we had anticipated to be higher cost just because of sequencing. So we came in at $1,200 an ounce, all-in sustaining costs across all of the assets.
So that includes Nevada also?
Correct. So Q1 ended up being very strong for us, 52,000 ounces of production, $1,200 all-in sustaining costs. And remember, Q1, we closed the deal with Fiore Gold. Yep. And so we actually had a number of one-time transaction costs for the period. We did about adjusted 4 cents a share earnings, so strong start to the year for Calibre.
Super, perfect. Like to hear that, that's great.
Yeah.
So what are the plans throughout the year? I think in your presentation I saw 170,000 meters drilling.
Yes.
My goodness, that's a lot.
Well, this is it. I mean, it's a very exciting opportunity for us, particularly when we look at Nicaragua. Nicaragua, we've got 2 mills. We've got 2.7 million tons of processing capacity. So that's mills in place, CapEx has been spent, but we're only utilizing about 60% of the installed processing capacity.
Okay.
So if we discover something new, from discovery to resource delineation to permitting, we can bring that into one of our mills for very low cost, high return on invested capital.
Wow.
So hence the reason why we're adding concessions to our properties and we're doing a lot of drilling. In fact, on Monday of this week, we announced a new discovery. We drilled 17.8 grams over 7 meters.
Well, that's a nice thing, I would say.
Yeah, very exciting for us because we can add high-grade gold efficiently, low cost, into our production profile.
Super. So production profile, I think you also have a growing production profile.
Yes.
So where do you want to be the next 2-3 years?
Well, this is interesting. When we acquired these assets in Nicaragua, those were our first producing assets.
Yeah.
When we acquired those in Q4 2019, the 2 assets, Limon and Libertad. Limon was going to produce between 50 and 70,000 ounces a year. And Libertad, the larger of the 2 mills, was actually heading towards closure. And it was going to go towards closure because it was run out of feed, mill feed, to go into those mills. Fortunately, we've got a very thoughtful, strategic CEO that said, well, let's look at hauling material from Limon down to Libertad. And so in 2020, when Libertad was heading towards closure, we produced 136,000 ounces of gold and we used that mill effectively that year. In 2021, we increased that over 30% to 182,000 ounces of gold.
Okay.
2022, this year in Nicaragua, we're going to produce 180 to 190,000 ounces. But what's happening here is because of all the drilling we've done over the last couple of years, we're going to see a grade-driven production increase over the next couple of years.
Okay.
We're bringing on new high-grade open pits. For example, we're bringing on a new open pit that's 6.5 grams per ton gold in 2023. Jesus. When you think about it, average open pit grades are about 0.5 to 1.5 grams per ton gold. 6.5
Super economic, I would say.
Very economic, very low cost, so we're bringing that on in 2023. And then in 2023, second half of the year and beginning of 2024, we'll bring on another open pit, a little bit further away, that's 6.8 grams per ton gold. So our grade profile is increasing, keeping the volumes the same, so our cost per ounce should go down, and our production profile will go up.
Super, perfect. But that was only Nicaragua. I mean, you are also producing in Nevada.
Absolutely.
And as I have that in my mind, the Pan Mine, really has another 4 or 5 years at least. But you are also doing a lot of exploration there, right?
That's right.
So, I mean...
Well, this is what's exciting about Calibre from my perspective, because we can self-fund all of our exploration, all of our mine development. We do not have to go back to the market. And we have $80 million in the bank. No debt, unhedged, and so we're doing 85,000 meters in Nevada. 50,000 of that 85,000 is all at the Pan Mine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because Fiore did a very good job at Pan. They were advancing the development stage gold rock, which has the potential to double production for us in Nevada by bringing that online. But Pan hadn't had a lot of drilling over the last couple of years. They averaged about $1 million to $1.5 million a year of exploration. This year alone, Calibre has the funding to do almost $10 million of exploration just at Pan. So we think that presents amazing opportunities for us to extend mine life and then look at ways to optimize the asset further.
Super. So what do you think you can get out of Pan? Can you bring that, let's say, to 60,000, 70,000 ounces a year?
It's possible, yeah, indeed, absolutely possible. It's all going to be based on what we find, right? So, after this first 12 months of owning the asset, we'll be able to understand better the scope and scale. But all around where the existing operation is, within our mineral concession, there's targets that have never been drilled. So potentially increase production, but really look at extending the mine life and then optimizing the asset from there.
Okay, super. I remember also they have another project which has 2 million ounces already.
Indeed.
I think that's in Washington
Correct.
State, right?
Correct.
And I think you have a quite prominent neighbor there.
Indeed.
So
Indeed.
What do you want to do with the asset?
Well, our focus has been Nevada. Right, because we see that as an incredible opportunity to potentially, as mentioned, advance gold rock, to have a second producing asset in Nevada, so almost get us up to almost 100,000 ounces production in Nevada if all goes well. But then, of course, you mentioned the Golden Eagle project was part of the transaction with Fiore Gold, has over 2 million ounces of gold in measured and indicated categories. And so this year we're going to investigate that further. Of course, our priorities have been Nevada and Nicaragua because of the producing basis. But we see that as a very unique opportunity. So we may look at doing a drill program there, but you're right. All around us are very strategic other companies, right? We've got Hecla that surrounds us. We've also got Kinross Gold that's not too far away. That's actually made a new discovery on one of their properties. And they also have the Kettle River Mill as well. So there's some strategic options there. We'll see how things go in the next little while, but not often do you come with a 2 million ounce undeveloped property with those types of partners.
And the whole surrounding and infrastructure, right?
Exactly, yes.
So you have all there.
Correct.
Yeah, so that could be like a little joker for the future.
We'll see.
Or maybe a large joker.
a lot of value to be unlocked there for sure for our shareholders.
Yeah, definitely. Super. What is your shareholder structure? Because to me, you are totally undervalued. I have already a target for your stock about $2.50, $3. This is how I see it from a normal valuation. We know the markets are crazy these days, but it is the market. It's the market that's good for us. We can buy cheap. That's fantastic. So let's put it that way. Are you protected for an unfriendly takeover? I mean, for the right price, you can buy everything. But I think if today comes somebody and says, I pay you $150, $160, never ever I would accept.
Well, so we've got, after the transaction with Fiore, we've got a little over 400 million shares issued and outstanding. We've got 25% shareholder in B2 Gold, so a very strong shareholder there. We've probably got between 20 and 30% of our shareholdings with good, strong, long-term fundamental gold institutions. Management owns almost 5% of the company. And so, we're looking very strategically at where we go and how we develop and unlock value for shareholders. And one of the ways we do is execute, deliver quarter over quarter, generate free cash, reinvest that cash back into the assets, hopefully make a discovery or consistently expand resources, and then look at what we do from here. We would like to build a multi-asset, multi-jurisdictional mid-tier gold producer, and have between 400 and 600,000 ounces of annual production.
Fantastic. Super. That should bring us to a much higher valuation.
I believe it does, and when we look at the 8 analysts that cover our company, on average, the target price is exactly what you mentioned, $2.50 to $3 a share. So we believe there's a unique opportunity here for investors to get into the gold space, but for a value opportunity as well. Unhedged, no debt, 80 million in cash, and generating some great free cash.
Fantastic. That was a great final sentence. Ryan, thank you very much for the interview. Company looks great. I would say drill it and keep it going.
Very excited. We'll do that and have lots of news this year.
Super. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Ryan King from Calibre Mining, and you heard it, the company is in an outstanding shape, $80 million cash, no debt. This is something what I really like. As you know, I'm a Schwabe. I'm here from Stuttgart, and we hate debt, and we really don't like companies which are underfinanced. And so here, perfect setup. The stock is still at $1.30 yesterday. Sorry, that's way too cheap. We see easy a double here, probably more. And Ryan described it beautifully. They have so many options, new discoveries, new pits coming online with 6.5 grams. This is outstanding, ladies and gentlemen, especially for open pit. And so I think that's super economic. And I have a very good feeling that this company has a very, very good future in front of them. So check out Calibre Mining. Thanks for watching us. And bye-bye from Stuttgart, from the Invest 2022.